Okay, you've probably seen this idea floating around online. A solar-powered tiny house from Tesla, one that could solve the housing crisis for retirees. It's a huge rumor that's captured a ton of attention. But is it real, or is it just wishful thinking? Well, let's break it all down and figure out what's fact and what's fantasy. At the very heart of this whole thing is one incredibly powerful question. What if you could just stop paying rent forever? I mean, what if you could actually own your home free and clear with barely any bills and finally escape that constant financial pressure? And this quote right here, this just says it all, doesn't it? It gets right to the emotional core of the issue. If you're on a fixed income, that fear of the rent going up next year, that's real. This whole idea speaks directly to that deep need for some stability, for some peace of mind. So let's start there. Let's really explore the vision that has so many people genuinely excited. We're going to dive into the solar retirement dream. So you gotta ask, why is this rumor so popular right now? Well, the tough reality is that property prices are just through the roof. And on top of that, you've got what some people are calling digital rent. You know, that constant drip, drip, drip of monthly subscriptions for everything. It's making it so hard to live on a fixed income. For a lot of people, that dream of a safe, secure retirement is starting to feel like it's slipping away. Now, this Tesla tiny house idea, it doesn't just come out of nowhere. It actually fits into this bigger picture of a bill-free future. The idea is to use tech to get rid of our biggest monthly expenses. We've heard about ideas for killing internet bills, for slashing transport costs. Well, this one targets the biggest bill of them all, housing. It's a perfect fit with the whole tiny house movement that's all about more affordable, simpler living. And here's the real promise, the main selling point of the dream: predictable costs. The vision is a home where, thanks to solar power and smart engineering, you know almost exactly what you're going to pay for the next 10 or 15 years. It's about freedom from that constant nagging feeling, that daily cost to breathe that comes with rent and utility bills. Okay, that's the dream. And you can see why it's so powerful, but now we have to hit the brakes hard. It is time for a very crucial reality check. And look, I need to be completely direct with you on this because it's incredibly important. Behind all the excitement, all the cool pictures and speculation, there's a brutal truth that you absolutely need to hear. Let's be crystal clear about this. As of right now, the Tesla tiny house is 100% a rumor. That's it. Tesla has not officially announced this product. It does not exist in any real official way. This slide pretty much says it all. The number of official units that Tesla has confirmed or even prototyped, it's zero, a big fat zero. Everything you've seen online, every picture, every video, it's a concept, a render someone made, or just pure speculation. And that brings me to what is without a doubt the most important point of this entire explainer. So please, listen carefully. If you see a website asking you to pay a deposit for a Tesla tiny house, it is a scam. Do not pay anyone anything. There is no official reservation site. Our whole goal here is to give you the straight facts so you can make good decisions and not get caught up in the hype. Okay, so if it's just a rumor, why won't it go away? Why does this idea have so much staying power? Well, let's get into that in our next section and look at the tech and the people who are really driving this conversation. The reason Tesla's name is always attached to this is, well, it's because all the puzzle pieces are already on the table. They already have the solar and battery technology. Their whole approach to engineering is about making things simple to build and easy to use. And the goal of creating something that's off-grid, that frees you from the big utility companies, that fits their brand perfectly. It's a logical next step, even if it's not confirmed. We actually polled our community about this, and the answers were really interesting. As you can see, people are pretty divided. 40% of you are ready to downsize right now to cut costs. But that means the other 60% have some real practical hesitations. And that feedback really boils down to these two huge hurdles. First, the space. Is it just too small to live in full-time? And second, and this is the big one, where do you even put it? In a lot of places, the piece of land you need could cost way more than the tiny house itself. So, now that we've looked at the dream, the reality, and what you all are thinking, let's get to our final section, where we're going to turn the question over to you. So, let's make this personal. Just forget the rumors for a minute. If a company, any company, came out with a truly affordable, low-maintenance tiny home, would you actually do it? Would you be willing to make that trade-off, to downsize your space in order to completely eliminate your biggest bills? We're really curious to see where this idea is hitting home the most. Do us a favor and let us know in the comments what state or province you're watching from. I mean, the cost of land and the local rules change so much from one place to the next. And out of all the issues we've talked about, what's your number one concern? Are you most worried about having enough space? Is it the crazy cost of land? Or maybe you're just not sold on relying on the technology to be truly off-grid? Which all leads us to our final question. This whole vision of a tiny home future, powered by the sun, free from the grid, free from the burden of rent, is that the ultimate financial freedom? Or is it just a beautiful fantasy? Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the comments.